Do you know why I'm so much cooler than you?
Why?
Because my chair can do this and you can't.
Whatever.
Hello. In 3, 2. Welcome to our channel. Should I start or you?
Yeah, you go.
I can. So in the last episode we talked about how we met and briefly went through almost 14 years of our relationship since we connected through social media. But since there's so many details, and as you said, we can't put possibly all the details in just one video, then we decided to separate this story, divided by chapters, so to speak, because I feel like our relationship had chapters as well.
Well, yeah, heaps of chapters, even to this day. Well, I feel like if it wasn't for those chapters, we wouldn't be where we are today.
I agree. Facebook was basically in its early stages of existing. I remember briefly that I think I just got on Facebook and I don't know how I came across her profile. And the reason why I reached out to him was because of his last name, and I was asking him because at the time I was hanging out with my friend's cousin. At the time I was hanging out with my cousin's friends, and he had the same last name, so I asked him, like, do you know them? And what I didn't know is that yes, you have connection with Croatia, but you were living at a time in Australia, like half of your life you lived in Australia, right? So he said, like, no, I don't know them. And then we started to chat over the messenger. Anyways, we were teenagers? We were kids.
Well, kids like 20, 21 years old.
Here and there we would chat, but the problem, there were so many issues back in the day, but we both worked in relationship, right? But
yeah.
As I said, we were kids, and back in my mind, I always knew that's not it. No matter what was going on in my life, I always knew that the only reason why I am with someone is because I developed a soul tie, not because I truly believe that we are going to end up being together. And that's when we go back to the story of establishing friendship is crucial to any future relationship, actually.
I just look at it like when you have a boyfriend and a girlfriend, I just look at, I've always been connected with God, right? So when I saw her, when we met, it was just this, when you get this feeling where you know something's up, but you're not sure what it is. And then a couple months later, go past, and the more you connect with God, and the more you start to do a bit of your own research and whatnot, I knew that she was the one. And then many years went past, then it all came down to where we are now. So it all started over Facebook, and then I think it comes down to patience of how many years we'll be talking to this day. But the key is God. You just gotta believe that you will be set on the right path, and that's it.
Patience is the key.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just scrolling here. I was trying to see, so from the moment that we met, it was late 2008, and then basically we chatted for a while, and then you were planning on coming to Croatia for next year after that, which was 2009, and you even sent me a message like, hey friend, what are you doing? This is my number, and call me if you want to, and so we can, I'm just translating this from Croatian.
I know what I wrote.
Yeah, I know, I'm just telling them.
And then you didn't show up.
He wanted to meet, and my response to him was crickets. I didn't reply anything to him.
Even when she said no to meeting up, and that happened so many times, even to the point where when we started talking, I said, I'm going to marry you, and every day I used to hear, no, we're just friends. You believe now, but at the start it was all me.
Well, I guess I was in a different phase of my life, and we'll talk about that later, why and what happened. But it is funny now when I look back and when I see your last message was on July 7 on 2009, and when you wanted to meet up with me, and I basically didn't reply anything. And then the next message when you asked me was, hey, how are you doing? Long time no speak. It was April 22nd, 2017. So we basically were silent in between us for what? 8 years? Mm-hmm. That's crazy when I think about it now.
Yeah, no, same here. I feel like, because we're too young, I feel like now that we're getting older, you realise that to find a wife or to find a woman, first you need to be a man. So same way that men need a women or wife, the same way that it's the same way for them. So until you become that, you can't really go out there and ask for to find a wife if you're still a child. It's just simply not gonna. It's just not gonna work. So yeah, for the changes for a lifetime, going traveling. In that time, I was traveling and partying and got everything out of my system. Once that was out of my system, then connected to God, and basically I was ready to talk to her and to be what she needs me to be.
It's amazing to me how God's timing is perfect. Now when I look back on our story and I see everything that was going on, maybe on the surface it looked like nothing's going on. And sometimes you will even question like, God, what is going on? Like I can't see anything happening or anything changing. But now I see that throughout all this time God had a plan, and if we are willing to open our hearts,
well, it comes down to
it can, like literally anything can happen.
Well, I feel like for a good foundation of relationship, there has to be a couple of years of just pure friendship. And because our foundation is based on a proper foundation, that's why now everything just connects and everything just goes easily. Because we work from day one to now. And it all comes down to, I just say it as foundation. Same as a building, same as everything else. If you got a weak foundation, your relationship, even 5 years later, you could be married, it's gonna fall apart. There's always bickering, arguments and whatnot. So when you're mentally ready for that and you're ready to do the dedication and legwork, it all just simply just falls in. It might start off with like hard work, but in reality it's not. It simply becomes easy. Even though when we start talking, because I was 30,000 kilometers away and we're 10 hours difference, just the time difference at the start was a big problem. Not a problem, but it just made everything more difficult. And a lot of people, when it's difficult at the start of a relationship, that's why it falls apart. But like I said, it comes down to pure dedication and to what you want. And I just knew she was the one, so God was telling me not to give up, no matter how hard it got. And some years and some days it got pretty hard, especially before I came here, the last 2 years when we were talking 10 to 15 hours a day. And then it was just like some days unbearable not to be here, not to talk to her. So you got your phases, I guess, but worth the while. Well, I just want to say again that the key thing is when we're starting off is not to look at what you're getting in return. We always got this notion of, I'm gonna take you out, I'm gonna talk to her and expecting something in return, where in my case, I didn't look at that. I just want to, just meet a person that I get along with and start a conversation and start a friendship. Like when you're in a relationship and you're always doing something and expecting something in return from your future wife, girlfriend, doesn't matter, it's not functional at all. Like I feel like you should do whatever you do. You should never look at what you get in return. Your paycheck or payback will come back. God will reward you no matter what. Once we do something and we expect something in return, it's simply not gonna. It's not gonna work. I didn't think that when all the time and effort that I put in a relationship, that because of that she's gonna be my wife. That's not the case. So I just want to say that.
It's really nice to say.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, well, that's me for now. See ya. Are you crazy?
So guys, thank you for watching, and we will see you in our next episode.
And again, any questions, feel free to ask. And if you've got any tips or or advice, I'm happy to hear it. So yeah, thanks one more time.
Yeah, to share within
even your own relationship, like we all, knowledge is the key. We all learn, and not everyone knows everything. So yeah, if you got any advice, tips for us, I'll be glad to listen. And any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you. Ciao.
You left me.
Oh, because you just sit there, it's like, mate, we need to go. Time is money.
We'll see you in our next video.